All right, good morning, guys. What's up? I believe we're live. Let me go ahead and check. If we are, we're good to go, and I'm going to go ahead and send everything over to the Telegram. It looks like we are live, so happy to see it. We got New York Kill Zone starting up in a few minutes, about 4 minutes. Let's get that going. All right. Telegram has been notified. We are good to go. Let's check Forex Factory. We got some Canadian news, employment, unemployment coming out at 8:30. Not really too concerning for what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and start marking up my charts now. This gray line right here is the start of London and kind of where I want to personally start tracking my market structure, right? So I'm going to mark it all up like so. And then we're going to wait for a couple minutes to see if we're getting any type of reactions off of anything. I'm still pressing lower. We'll put it right here. Make this red. It's easier to see. Alright. So we can see we've been sweeping some sell side. Now in sweeping sell side, we are now about to come up a little bit higher, or we actually already have closed a little bit higher than the previous structural point, right? So now we're flipping bullish. Here's what I'm going to do though. I want to wait and not get in early like this because we are really mainly looking for some type of interaction during New York Kill Zone. Yes, there's potentially a setup to get long right now. But it's a little bit pre-market, right? It's a little bit pre-market for what we're trying to do, and we want to really stick within the bounds of what we've laid out. Because the last thing we want to do is we want to have FOMO. It's like, yes, the trade could work out right now, but if I said I want to trade within the bounds of 8:30 at 10:30, I need to do that. Because what's more important to me is I need to see that, hey, I said I'm going to do this, and then I followed this, right? But there's this one, I forget who it was. It's a famous guy. He was saying, if you tell yourself lies all day long, you're destroying yourself. So like there's little things like that in trading. Like yes, there's technically a setup to go long right now, right? We swept these lows. We did market structure shift on the 1 minute. We could get long. This is a little bit early. This is all happening a little bit before the New York Kill Zone. Yes, we could get in. Yes, the trade could win. But here's the thing. I said I'm trading from 8:30 to 10:30. If I lie to myself, it's like how many of those little, it's a small lie, but it's like how many of those little small lies start compounding to the point where I start to consider myself a liar because I don't do what I said I'm going to do. So it's things like that. You really have to like consider all aspects of what you said you're going to do in the first place. And it's like in my head, I know, okay, if I come to the charts 5-10 minutes early before I'm looking to start trading at 8:30 and there's a setup, I already considered that potential. In my head, hey, I already considered the fact that there might be a setup when I get on the charts, but I'm still going to wait for the price action after 8:30. And that's kind of the game. What's up, MK? Yeah, we're back. No days off. Even if we have to do it on the laptop setup for a little bit. I'll be back on the normal setup on Monday. Today's the last trading day of the week, so we will be good. We'll be good. Slept with the fan on right over my head, and it was just on way too high, and it dried my throat out. So just forgive me if I'm coughing throughout this. But yeah, we're gonna keep taking this Euro-US dollar trade. I really like it. Like we got some marked up points of liquidity right now, so I'll just kind of show you on the chart right here. Looking for potential sells right after a reversal from there, and maybe potential buys from a reversal down there. It's Friday. We just started the New York Hill Zone. There's not really any US dollar news. Canadian news came out just now. Not really going to push euro dollar at all, in my opinion. So we'll just kind of let it play out. We'll let it play out. We'll let New York Hill Zone start to move some and start like targeting liquidity. Once we've taken it, we can do that. This too, even though it is like happening a little bit early pre this sweep of liquidity right here, it is internal liquidity. So we always want to keep in mind that that internal liquidity is not always going to be as strong as sometimes like an external point, which is like down here. How do you handle high impact news, for example, CPI week? No, I'll trade. I'll trade it reactively. I'll trade the news reactively. Um, like a good example is going to be if you look, because we're trading the same way we did last year. So like the way I'm trading right now, I already know it profits. So that's why I'm like actually gonna, I know I'm gonna be consistent again, because when I've been losing the past few days, like I know that it works. Like I do. I just know that there's win streaks, losing streaks. I know that like long term though it makes money, like at least on a bi-weekly, monthly basis. Um, it's the same exact way I traded last year. But the only thing is I had a different, like it was like a different market structure shift I was trading. This is like just an actual market structure shift. But I would trade it reactively last year. Like a news release would come out or whatever. I'm trying to find a screenshot in the Telegram. Even like CPI days. Yeah, and you just wait for the shift. Like here's a good example. You just wait for the shift like 8:30. Boom, news comes out. This red line right here was buy side liquidity. We took buy side, eventually had a structural shift. This was the false break, true break. Honestly, the structural shift really would have happened down here. I remember this day, price even flooded even further south. So, I mean, this entire movement here, yes, price shot up and then it ended up coming down quite a bit. Days like, so you just trade it reactively. If you wait for the market structure shift after a sweep of liquidity, it's like you have a greater chance of winning than not, especially with 1-to-1 risk to reward on any day, whether it's news, no news. If you just have that combination of things, and it's not like, as long as we're not in before the news, like, because then at that point, you know, the whole algorithm would get shut off. It would be manual intervention. The news can go either way. Um, that's kind of how I felt like I was getting caught up with NQ too, because like I feel like trading the open of NQ like 9:30, I feel like that is sort of to me like a red folder every day, like except every day is 9:30 on NQ, and that's like a lot of probably manual intervention, which screws you up. So looks like we're about to tap some buy side. I'm gonna see. We got quite another level quite a ways up. We haven't tapped it quite yet. I don't think a 10 pip moves too crazy a day. It's quite big. It's not unreasonable. But yeah, I'm just, my only goal right now is just to get on here and stream every day the rest of the year. That's my only goal, and keep trading this system. You guys keep me accountable. We get on here, we just have some good conversation. Like, that's the goal. Alright, we're flying a little bit higher. Let's go ahead and mark up this other high too. Looks like the play would have worked off of it, but at that same time too, it could have not worked, and then we could have been, this is the psychological repercussions, right? I know, like, you have to weigh your options in every scenario. So had we taken that pre-market setup, and when I mean pre-market, I mean pre-trading hour setup. If I say I'm going to trade at 8:30, the setups are at 8:20. It's like we could have got in. Here's the thing: one of two things is going to happen. You're going to win or you're going to lose. If you're going to lose, you have to consider the psychological implications of that, and if you're going to win, the same thing. Or like the third option being you don't touch the trade and you sit out. So here's the thing: if I win and I take the trade pre-market, the implications are I'm happy, but I can get away with it again. Now, if I lose, that's probably the worst scenario because I beat myself up. I said I'm going to get on the stream. I said I'm going to trade between 8:30 and 10:30. My trade has to be inside of the New York Hill Zone. I took it beforehand. I can't do what I said I was going to do. I got on the stream. I told these guys I was going to do this. I didn't do this. I did something else. And then I crashed out. And then the third option being the psychological implications of not taking the trade, but it plays out, which probably, honestly, I don't even think it's played out. I think it's pushing profits. You probably would have gotten this trade maybe like something like right here. I mean, maybe it's gotten close. If not, yeah, no, it's probably pushed the full. Yeah, so okay, yeah, the trade would have played out. Here's the thing, though. In my head, I'm not beating myself up. It's like, hey, that trade played out. It's cool to see the edges working. It just didn't happen in my trading hours. So what? So well, like that's the way I try to process things when I try to make decisions. Because when you try to make decisions in trading, you have to process every possible outcome and how you're going to feel about it. And so this doesn't affect me. Had I taken the trade and had I lost it, would have been the worst scenario. So I just avoided the worst scenario and didn't take it, if that makes sense. And now, whether we win or we lose, we're still sticking to the plan. It's going to be inside of our trading hours, and we're going to keep doing that and cranking out trades on a daily basis. Now that price is taking some buy-side liquidity, we do want to track some of our structure in here. We would not technically be bearish until we sweep back below this price point, which is quite a ways. So if we could, I would like to see something like this, close a little higher here, and then start sweeping down. If we could. But yeah, the thing about this system too is like you don't ever have bias, right? And this is, I think, what makes it work so well sometimes is because when you come to the markets with a bias, yes, you want to know like bigger picture what it's doing, but sometimes the smaller picture creates the bigger picture. And if the smaller picture is sweeping sell side liquidity and reversing upwards, but your bigger picture is to continue going south, it's like it might not be the best option for that day. And so I kind of don't do, any type of bigger picture bias. I don't even really pay attention to the bigger picture trend. I'm just trying to pay attention to the bigger picture points of liquidity, highs and lows. I don't really care if those highs or lows are in uptrends, if they're external or internal. It's because if you touch them, you can expect a specific pattern, and that specific pattern to play out more times than not. But really, like, trading a model like this where you don't have any bias in it, you could go up or down for the day just based on what price simply does. It helps because it really I'm trying to think, like we don't know what price is going to do at all. So we just kind of have to watch price do like start to do something and then try to get in on it like at the beginning of it happening. And that's like the whole idea of a market structure shift, right? If you get a market structure shift at the right time and at the right place, you're kind of getting in at the very earliest confirmation that price is going to start going in a new direction, regardless of any higher time frame, regardless of any other, confluence or bias or anything like that. Brother, I need to do a gym session, but I hit bench yesterday, and it's the heaviest I benched in a long time. Like back since when I was getting clean off pills and stuff, I was working out all the time, like twice a day. I got my bench up to 285, just 1 rep max. But I hadn't even tried to press weight like that in a while. And yesterday, like I've been hitting 4 sets of 4, like at 225, which is 2 plates. I that's pounds, by the way. I know people are in different places in the world, but 245-pound plates. But yesterday I upped it a little and I was hitting 245. So it felt good, hit 245, did a crazy bicep workout. I did legs the day before. I'm pretty burnt out today, but I'll be honest, like I take good care of my body and I take the right supplements, and it makes it so I can work out a lot more frequently. But what am I going to hit today? I don't know. Probably core. One thing I did learn is if you can't hit anything else, you could usually hit core unless you really burned it out. Your core actually heals faster than any other part of your body, unless you have not been working out core, and unless you've hit a crazy set that just absolutely like destroyed it and you're going to be sore for multiple days. Your core, typically, it's not like set in stone, but it usually heals within 24 hours, which is crazy. It's the fastest recovering muscle group in your entire body. I'm paying attention just so everyone knows. We're going to get short right below here, so I might hit core today. I've been hitting some good core routines. I've been working on it for years. Like I've really built up my core. It's a fun muscle group to work out when you just are tired and don't have anything else to work out too, honestly. This is going to be a market structure shift below this point. We're kind of getting close to that happening. I'm going to show you guys exactly why I think that's going to be a structural shift, and it's going to be because of this market structure right in here. We are closing lower inside of this range, but we need to close out the bottom of this range. I'll take the candles off probably in a second once we're in the trade. We just want to get that close lower. All these people on that run higher are probably not going to make it if we decide to continue dropping, but we have taken some buy side in here, and we could see the failure of this uptrend, and what I mean by that is the 15-minute happen here soon. So let's see. I'm ready to get into the position. 3, 2, 1. I'm in a short position. Let me do this. Let's put the Telegram trade out. Let's go ahead and put our parameters on 100 pips, which is just 10 pips. Oh, okay, it's close enough right now. Let's go to the 1 minute. I'll be able to tighten the parameters. All right, 10 pip stop. 10 pip take profit. We are locked in. This is our 1 minute chart right here. Let's go back. What price we get in at? 16876. All right, let's see. 16876. Perfect right there. What in the world? There we go. Okay, we'll watch it on here for a second. Going straight to stops again. We're getting just slaughtered. It's a market structure shift. We'll see if we can't maintain. What's up, Lewis? Lewis No, you haven't missed anything. We just got into our trade, our sell position. We just got into our sell position. for the day. Just swept this buy side liquidity internally here, failed to reach this high, and could potentially be pressing lower to reach these lows. We shall see, as we've been saying and seeing all week. We shall see. That's a big 15-minute wick right there, but let's hope it's not just a wick fill. Yeah, we've shifted downwards, right? Like on a 1 minute time frame right now, we are in a downtrend. Now we have a little bit of a pullback. The only thing like you'd want to see now is technically like a 5-second. I'm not trading like this, but you get that 5-second now market structure shift, you have pretty good confirmation this trade's going to play out. What about you guys though? You guys hitting anything today? In the gym, I mean? I don't even know what we're doing on the 5-second though. We probably just need to get off it. Oh, okay. We'll stay on the 5-second. Well, I mean, we're not trading it. We're already in the trade, but we want to see a market structure shift on the 5-second. It looks like we're about to get it. I bet if we close below, we probably will get this trade. We just did close below. Yeah, we can go back. We can go back. That's that extra confirmation when price pulls back after a market structure shift to potentially get like a fractal shift. I've learned that. A shift within a shift. See, I need to take an off day too. I said I was going to take an off day yesterday, and I hit the heaviest bench session I ever did. But the thing is, like, it's like an outlet for me. So, like, I'll want to take a day off, but then it's like, if I do, like, halfway through the day or by the end of the day, I don't know. Like, I just need to get the energy out somehow. You see how after that fractal shift we started pushing? That's like that extra confirmation. I learned that from this guy, Trader Tom. Or not Trader Tom. I don't know his name. I think it's Trader Tom. His name's Tom. I don't know what his trading name is. But he talked about that because he does market structure shifts. But he'll wait for price to pull back. So he does a 1 minute market structure shift, and he'll wait for price to pull back on the 5-second, and then he'll wait for another market structure shift. So like his trade would have been in like right here once we got that final confirmation. So it's a shift within a shift. But I mean, you got to be scalping that with some tight spreads though, because that's like literally the spread. You know, we could trade Euro-US dollar futures though too. I think it might even have a tighter spread. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But I like what we're doing right now. I'm not, so just so you guys know too, I'm trading low enough size to like, while I'm trying to get back into streaming, to like be risking like $100 a day to make $100, something that like where I'm at right now with my trading that I know like isn't gonna bother me, like even if I catch like 5 losses in a row. The reason I'm doing this is just to get, I need to get like a month of streaming under my belt to the point where it's second nature, right? Like to the point where it's a part of my daily routine again is streaming. Also, just for me to see again this strategy work, I need a whole month like of live trading this strategy again just to get confident again, see that it works, get back into streaming. Then we'll start putting up some risk again. We're putting up risk. We're trying to make a little bit of money, but we're trying to do it in a way that I know if we take a string of losses, I'm not going to crash out and stop doing all this. You know what I mean? Just because I was putting up $700 a trade and lost, 6 trades in a row. Like, we're not going to do that yet. We're going to do that maybe month 2 or month 3. So, but my goal is just to get consistent again. Yeah, it's Trader Tom then. There's another Trader Tom too, but I don't know if he calls himself Trader Tom, or if his name's just like Tom Hoggard. But you're probably thinking of the same person I'm thinking of. And yeah, he does market structure shifts as well, and he'll wait for a shift inside of a shift. You guys know you can't use WhatsApp if your storage is full? That's crazy. Let's put it back on IG. I don't know what's better. I think everyone's always said that it's better to have it on the actual trading view, but if we ever want to watch it on IG, I can put it up there. MetaTrader. Yeah. Yeah, so Trader Tom's strategy with the fractal shift's a phenomenal strategy. Just not with the spreads. And here's the thing. I was looking for those fractal shifts in NQ. This is how, just so you guys know, this is the story of how I got back to this strategy, but like had it click in my head where we should trade market structure shifts instead of the false break true break. I was watching Trader Tom, and he was like, "Yeah, I just made 500 grand or I'm up 500 grand this year," and he's like, "I want to share with you guys how I'm doing it. I'm doing it through fractal shifts." He's like, "I trade market structure shifts." He's like, "But the way I do it is I look for a market structure shift inside of a market structure shift." I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of similar to kind of like the false break true break, but like not like exactly the same." And so I was just watching his video, and he was like doing it on the 1 minute and the 5 second. I was like, let me try it on NQ. So I'm trying it on NQ, and it's working like some of the time, but some of the time it's just not, because NQ is just like taking you for a ride sometimes. Like it's just like all over the place. Like it's really hard to pin down exactly like what it's going to do next from like a market structure standpoint, because NQ will just ride like so many different ways. Like you might shift and then shift back and then shift again and then shift a fourth or fifth time, and then you shift into the actual move, and it's like you could get caught up so many times, and yeah, you have a winning trade, but you just lost like 4 or 5 on the way to it. So I was like, okay. And he doesn't trade it on NQ, at least from what I saw. He trades it on like gold and on like currencies, which I don't know how tight his spreads are. They got to be tight if he's trading it on currencies. All that being said, though, it led me to look at, I was like, okay, well, I like this pattern though. And I was like, let me just see if I like that pattern on the 1 minute alone would work out on, the same thing we were doing on Euro US dollar last year in 2024. And so I start looking at it, and I'm like, man, the strategy is like not losing. Like it's losing, but it's like it's not negative. It's producing like a 70%, 80% win rate over the last several months. And instead of a false break true break, I was just doing market structure shifts. And it's the same exact strategy we were trading last year. And I was like, you know what, let me just take the market structure shift over into Euro US dollar. I already know this system works. I already know I make money with it even without the market structure shift with false break true break. Like it's probably one of my most net positive strategies for Forex. And so I was like, I've been wanting to I've been saying it forever that I've been wanting to get back into streaming. And it's like, yeah, you can want to do something all day long. When are you actually going to do it though? And I just like the last thing I wanted was to get back and not be consistent because I wasn't confident in what I was doing. And so after watching that video by Trader Tom, after like going back several months and seeing, hey, it still works, the strategy still works, and it works even better with the market structure shift. We're not going to win all the time, but we're going to win at least 60% of the time, hopefully 70 to 80% of the time. When I saw that, I was like, okay, I have no problem getting back into streaming because I don't have to worry about the trading. Like I know the model works, I know it's profitable, I just got to focus on one trade a day and being consistent and showing up now, not actually in, do I got to figure out what a profitable strategy is? Because we've got that figured out. We just need to execute it now, and I just need to put some reps in under my belt when it comes to the streaming again. Morning, Jose. It's better on TradingView? Yeah, let me swap back. December streams and payouts or something else. We got to taste there what's possible. Yeah, and so and I'm grateful for that, right? Because 4 years into the journey with Forex, it's like, if I hadn't had a season like that, like I think we turned like $300 into like $8,000 in 3 weeks. And that was just on the prop account. And then we took like 7K and doubled it on a cash account alongside it. So it was pretty crazy in December trading like this. We didn't lose a trade for over 3 weeks. And if you look back at the trades I was losing on week 4 there, and even in January they were just false break, true breaks, but without a full shift. And I think that's where we were really getting caught up. Yeah, we went on a 15-day streak, which I back-tested so many strategies. Like, I want to say thousands. Realistically, probably not thousands. I probably back-tested, 100, 200 over the course of 4 years. The point being, I've back-tested a lot. I've never really seen strategies go on streaks like that with a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Maybe negative risk to reward, you'll go on crazy streaks like that sometimes. I've never really seen it like that with at least a 1-to-1, which is still a positive risk to reward. Like, it's a flat risk to reward, at least at the very least. Then I go back and back test the market structure shift with it the last several months, like the last quarter, and right before I started trading it. So I started trading it one day, again, just so you guys know, before I started streaming. It was on a 9-day win streak, which that's crazy to see it, even again, and it had several 5-day win streaks, several 6-day, 7-day, and then it would have pockets, right? The pockets being, you lose 1 trade, you lose 2 trades, or you might have a 3-trade losing streak. So we went, this is a little something I'm dealing with behind the scenes that no one knows, but when I started trading this on Tuesday, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, today's Friday, today's my 4th trade trading it. Leading up to Tuesday, this strategy was on a 9-trade win streak. Now it's just taken 3 losses in a row. So I jumped in at the start of the losing streak, which is frustrating, but at the same time, I told myself I want a month under my belt of consistency. So thankfully I decided not to risk a lot. We're only risking $100 a day, $120 a day. So it was perfect in that respect. But still in my head, I'm like, dang, it just won 9 days in a row and we hop in at the worst time possible. But at the same time, it might be the best time possible. We're getting these streams out. We're getting these losers out of the way. They're all contributing to the sample, right? They're all contributing to whether we're going, or the sample of the next 100 trades, right? The next 100 streams. It's going to be cool looking back in 100 trades from now and saying, hey, we won 67 out of 100 trades, or even 57 out of 100. And that's going to be as long as it's a greater number than 50, if we win 51 out of the next 100 trades, that's going to be cool, because we're going to be able to say something that a lot of people haven't been able to say. Is, hey, we showed up every day for 100 days. We showed up on stream. We took 1 trade a day. Literally, I think even if we don't profit, which I believe we will, I believe in the strategy. I believe in its consistency over a larger sample. But to even say you did something that long and you were that consistent, you could probably go and do anything you want at that point, because everyone knows how easy that is to say, hey, I'm going to take the next 100 trades, 1 trade a day. All of us, if we've been trading any length of time, we know how hard that is to actually do, though. Yeah, it seems like that's the tradition, and then we get blessed for not giving giving up. That's the thing with any account too. You never crash out on an account that you start in profits, right? The hardest thing to do, whether it be with like a prop challenge or a cash account, and this is what a lot of people don't talk about. We used to talk about it in the past some, is the hardest thing to do is the beginning, right? Because if you build the account up some, you're not going to be upset when you take like losses off your profit. But when you start, you have a starting balance, whether that's the prop account or your cash account, and you start negative, it's like it sucks because you want to start on a good note. You want to start with it working, because if you start and it doesn't start working immediately, you feel like it doesn't work at all, and that's not true. You're just in a one part of the sample, and that's what we're in right now. We're in one part of the sample, a small part that's just happens to be down right now of the overall sample. But yeah, when you start any strategy, a lot of people don't talk about this, but whether you start with it winning or losing, it really impacts you a lot. Like a lot. But what about you guys? Are you guys in the markets today at all? What do you guys think about the what do you guys think about the thumbnail? I need your guys' thoughts on the thumbnail. I'll tell you exactly what I did to get it too. I said when I decided to start streaming again, I went straight to ChatGPT. I said, because I didn't want to do like I didn't want to create all this new stuff. I was like, I'm not even focused on growing the YouTube. I want to put streams out. So I want to have a template every day. Same title, same thumbnail, same description. I just want something that's like locked in. I can just it's saved in my computer, and I can just show up every day, and I know it's going to be like somewhat quality, and when it comes to like the YouTube algorithm and whatnot. So I told ChatGPT, I was like, I need, because if you tell ChatGPT, if any of you guys do YouTube, if you tell it to make you a thumbnail, it's usually gonna put out like this garbage thumbnail. Like sometimes it's cool, but like when it comes to actually what like YouTube wants to see, it's not gonna be like it's not like it looks cool, but YouTube doesn't. It's not gonna push it. You know what I mean? So what I told um, ChatGPT to do is I was like, I need you to do a ton of research on what makes like the best YouTube thumbnail. This is what I do. I trade, I'm going to live stream Forex. I just need something I can have up every day. I need you to take all your research and give me the best possible thumbnail for stuff that you see that works, so that I can just use it always and not have to change it, and it's just going to be my live streaming thumbnail. I gave it a picture of myself, and it gave me that back. It gave me the thumbnail you guys see back, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Like I kind of liked it. It made my face a little fat, but I don't really care. Like it kind of came out pretty cool. So I don't know. It looks like I'm about to sell a course. I might. No, I'm kidding. No, you guys. The course is literally me getting on here and telling you guys step by step how I trade. Oh. But I will say this, I've bought a few courses. If I got nothing else out of any other course I bought, I learned how to draw on market structure through candle wicks like this. I actually did learn this from a course. I learned how to do that from a course so that I didn't have to guess on like how to actually spot market structure. But no, I wouldn't sell a course. The most, and I did a little bit of this, like when we were trading futures, the most I'll ever do is like just share a discount code or something. Like if people are going to buy like a challenge already, it's like you might as well get a bigger discount and purchase through me. I'm not like really promoting or like pushing a code right now or anything. But it's like you might as well just like come together on that. But I don't know. I think like in my head, I've made money trading. I always plan on making money trading. Like if you guys can hop on and you hang out with me and you keep me accountable to my trading, like that's more value than anything else, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people start selling trading when they stop believing that they can make money from trading. I might be wrong though. I still believe I can make money from trading. That's why I'm not selling anything. Man, my WhatsApp is not opening. Yeah, until I believe I can't make money from trading, then that's when I'll start selling something. I'm just playing around, guys. Um, Let me see something really quick. It's Friday, so it's 9 a.m. now. We just had a 4-hour candle close. Not sure where it closed. Not really concerned where it closed, but hopefully, like with that being said, we should see price start to pick up some. We're floating at about negative $10. We're risking just 120 to make 120 a day. Just hanging out, trading, having a good Friday, drinking cold brew. This might be the one, guys, to break the streak. I'll be honest. This could be it. Could put us back into a winning streak leading into next week and start seeing some upward momentum on this. Dang, you did? Was that recently or was that last year? Yeah, it'll start moving by 9:30, New York Open. Um, Dang. Did you lose because of the strategy though, or did you lose because did you just crash out, or was it like you took a loss or so? Oh, it was a month ago. Did the strategy cause it to lose, or did you just crash out? Dang. Yeah, man. I get it. I get it. I get it 100%. I 100% get it. Yeah, 100%. It's a tough game we're playing. It might be one of the hardest. The easiest but the hardest, right? It's the only thing in life where it's like if you want to do well, it's like just stop working. If you want to do well with trading, stop trading. If you want to do more and you want to get more, you have to do less. It's like the craziest thing. If you want like to do well, it takes time. You just have to wait. Like it's literally like a lot of trading is like a lot of good trading. Like we could do so well if we literally just showed up 20 minutes, waited for the setup, took the setup, turned the charts off, walked away, and did that for 2 years. We would do so well. But like we just want to do so much more than that. I get it. I do too. Like I mean, my favorite trading quote, and if I could live by this, if I could really genuinely live by this trading quote, it would 100% keep me profitable and keep me from losing, like ever crashing out hard, and it would keep me compounding at a rapid rate. And the quote is this, and it was, I forget who it was by, but he was saying he had been in the industry for years, like his whole life. He had been trading forever, and he had done very, very well, and he had seen tons of people come and go. And like this one interviewer was asking him, this might be in Market Wizards, it might not, I don't know. He was like, what was the like one thing that you noticed over your entire trading career, and why people didn't do so well? And he said this one quote, and it stuck with me. Is he says, he's like, the majority of traders try to take a good strategy and they try to make it perfect, and he's like, that's where people go wrong. That is where I go wrong time and time again, right? We try to take a good strategy and we try to make it perfect, right? But it was good and it was making money. We just wanted it to make us 10 times the amount it was making. But had we just stuck with what was good instead of trying to make it perfect, long term, over a course of 2-3 years, what was good would have made us potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars compounding, right? If not hitting up to $1 million. Really, 3 years of compounding in the currency markets as a consistent person executing on a really good edge could do that. And but you try to make it perfect and you try to make it happen quicker, and it's like, really, that time's going to go by anyway, right? So we might as well show up day after day and execute. But I get it. I fall into the trap, and I've always tried to make every strategy that I have that works, I've always tried to make it better. And I think that's like the point I've come to now. It's like, I think you have to do that to stop doing it, right? Everything that we need to stop doing in trading, we have to do those bad things long enough to the point where we get sick of them. Like, you have to, like, the same thing with fighting. If you're going to train for a fight, you're only going to start, like, learning how to do certain things after you start getting hurt, right? If you get hit upside the head, you're going to try to avoid getting hit upside the head. If you get kicked in the shin, you're going to try to avoid. So you got to start, like, but the thing is, you might not get it right away, and then you might come back and someone might kick you in the shin again. And you're like, man, I don't like this every single time it happens. You're going to start to learn how to make it not happen anymore. The problem with all that is there's a lot of those little things. And there's a lot of them that you might not recognize are a problem until they start to become one. And that, I think that's what takes years of trading to get to that place, because you have to learn those lessons, and it only comes through just repeated failure. Repeated failure is just like you're going to repeat that failure over and over again until you become completely sick and tired of it, and you decide, I'm not going to do that anymore. What the heck? We're pushing Pete. I'll be right back, guys. Watch the trade for me. Alright, we're back. We're back. Let's look at the 15-minute candles, just to kind of see where we've been sweeping. Yeah, we're just kind of stuck in the middle here, even on the 15-minute candles. Still, the most recent sweep's been a high, which is good, of course, for us. Yeah, we got to drive deeper to take those lows. In terms of where we were yesterday we just weren't right at all. Like, I think the day before, yeah, the day before, you guys saw, yeah, yesterday, let me go to 1 minute. Yesterday, yeah, we got into a buy way up here. Wait, what did we? No, why does this say 3 a.m.? That's why. I'm at the wrong time. Regardless, that's not even where I wanted to look. Let me go. Yesterday we were just flat out wrong. I know, I look back in time. But on this day, yeah, this day was when we got tagged out to a T. Look, we got that market structure shift right in here after this high got taken. Boom, that high got taken. There's a market structure shift right here, and then we got taken out right there because of the spread, and then price went straight. Oh my gosh, yeah, I saw that right after. That was a little frustrating. That's the type of stuff after a few years of trading, like, you don't let it get to you anymore. But yeah, that happened on Wednesday. We were right and still wrong. All right, let's go back. See where we're at right now. Alright, yeah, we took buy side during New York kill zone, and we got our structural shift. Like, everything about this is still a very high quality setup. We got 9:30 happening relatively soon. Alright, let's see. Let's do this though, because the 1 minute's going to start to look a little probably like tight. Let's go to the 3 minute just for the sake of watching the trade. So, Luboslav, if you're still on here, are you hopping in another challenge, or what are you doing right now? Are you just paper trading, or are you on a cash account? And just so you guys know too, one of my favorite workout supplements, right here, boom, deer antler velvet. I think it's yeah, no, I don't think, I know it's got IGF-1 in it, which is human growth hormone. It's you could get it at like a vitamin shop if you're in like the United States or whatever. I don't even know if those are all over the country, but basically what it is it's like the stuff, it's the craziest thing. And I prefer it over test boosters now too, because I take those occasionally. I'm not taking any currently, but I've been able to lift so much heavier taking this deer antler velvet, because what it is it's like a ancient Chinese holistic medicine. And what they would do is on a yearly basis, these deers, they would go and they would shed their antlers, like annually. Every single year they would shed their antlers, and they would have this velvet on their antlers. Now this velvet contained like basically IGF-1, HGH, human growth hormone in it. And so what basically caused these deer antlers, which if you know are like extremely strong, like as strong as it gets, like in like their actual durability, they grow every single year at a rapid rate. And so what the ancient Chinese found out is that this stuff is actually great for muscle recovery, hormone balance, all sorts of things. And so I've been taking it for working out, and it does help with your muscle recovery and your lifts like crazy. So I've been taking it. I probably need to take it right now, but just want to share that too. For those of you guys working out, taking different supplements and stuff, I go back and forth between IGF-1 and like test boosters. It helps out big time. But you just spray it under the tongue. Trade's kind of just sitting in dead water. That's not what I meant. There we go. $9:30 though. New York Open comes out in 7 minutes. Can't see if we can drive lower before then. As it gets closer, might want to check too on here just to make sure we don't get tagged out by spread. No false hopes, you know. Wow, price is starting to move, but not for us. That's for sure. Yeah, 924 too. You would think it's 930. Yeah, we just got tagged out. That sucks. So I'll show you guys this though. We'll do this really quick because We just hopped into probably like the worst possible point we could have hopped in on this strategy. Like the worst possible. Like look at, all right, so literally starting with Tuesday, we start losing like all these trades. We're on a 4-trade lose streak right now. If you look though, back in time, this trade won on Monday. Then right here, we had swept these lows on Friday. This trade won. I mean, we could break down every one, like it would take a little bit. There wasn't really a trade in here because this created such a big range. There was no trade this day. Just trying to remember off my back test. Price did shift in here after taking lows up here. Like this system literally just came off a hot streak and now it just went in straight to a cold streak. We just got in at the coldest part of the streak, it seems like. So I'm going to keep my head up. I'm going to keep going. Like I said, my risk has been so small recently, just to get back into streaming so that I don't have to worry about going anywhere. But yeah, man, we just took another loss 4 days in a row, 3 days on stream. But I'm just going to keep coming back. That's all I'm going to do right now. And I'm just going to try to log the next like 3 months of trades, you know. But we'll be back. Yeah, if you ever have to explain. Alright guys, let's see. Yeah, there's really nothing else to go over. Just like a cold week in the markets. So hopefully it leads to a nice week next week. Yeah, nothing else to go over really trading related. The next stream we'll be back in the home office. We'll be back on Monday. And yeah, we'll stream Monday through Friday. We'll be there. So we're going to close this out in prayer. If you guys want to just pray along with me, we'll come together in agreement and just ask God to keep helping us really just be consistent with these streams. Like I really want to come together in prayer at the end of these streams and just pray for help for Him to keep us going. Right? If we just keep coming together every day, it's going to be, I think He's going to take us where we need to go, right? I don't think we need to focus on trying to take ourselves there. I think we just need to show up and He'll take us exactly where He wants us to go. Separately, as a community, all of that. So, Father, we just come to You in the name of Jesus. I just thank You for this week back on the live streams. I thank You for a week following trading rules, even if they don't work, Father. Even if they didn't work this week, I just thank You for the help You've given me, the accountability You've given me when it comes to this community again. I thank You for getting me to a place where the streams are working again. That way we can come together and chat every day. Father, I just pray that the things that I want to say decrease when it comes to these streams, and I just pray that You make room for conversation that You'd like to have. So Father, I just pray that You prepare not just myself for these streams, but everyone who comes to these streams. That way we can have godly conversation. We can talk about good things, uplifting things, encourage each other. Father, we just need not only You, but help us to see how much we need each other too. You've placed people in our lives, and sometimes people are difficult to work with. But Father, just put the right people in our lives, remove the wrong people, bring the right people to these streams. That way we can build each other up, and that way we can lean on each other to keep going, keep moving forward, and to step into this industry that You've called us to, Father, to be a light. We just ask above all this, even more so, that You guide us into time alone with You today, to time alone with You this weekend, for us to just reset and to get rebalanced in You, Father. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen, guys. All right, that is it for the Friday stream. And I thank you guys for sticking around to pray with me too. That's probably the best part of my day, best part of the streams. And we'll be back Monday. Like I told you guys, my only goal right now is keep streaming. That is my commitment, is to keep streaming. I'll keep putting up small risk. Once we start winning and logging, winning months, once we have bigger samples, we can start increasing our risk. I'm going to keep going low risk, like $100 a day to make $100 until we start getting like a month, 2 months into streams. Because I just want to be back with you guys. It's been like I've had the best week. Even though I lost 4 trades in a row this week, even though I've lost the last 4 trades in a row this week, and it's the most or the worst trading week I've had probably in a while, It still feels like the best though, just because I've been back on stream. So I thank you guys for showing up, and excited to keep doing this. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. You guys better hit the gym today, if not tomorrow, and I'll see you guys back on Monday. Love y'all.